Hi friends, and welcome back to Booked Up. I'm Michaela, and this week I'm just going to be chilling. I'm not feeling the greatest. I don't know if you noticed, but last week I didn't upload an episode, and I haven't been active on my social media. Life just got really crazy. I did end up staying at my workplace. I think I may have updated you guys on that. And then it was Labor Day weekend, which was really busy. And then last week, I had to work 4/10s because I don't get holiday pay as an LTE at my place of employment. So I either had to take the L and not hit 40 hours, but then I was also told that I have to hit 40 hours because that's what I'm hired on to do. So I worked 4/10s last week, and now I'm sick. I'm not feeling great. I've been crabby all day. I cried twice today. And it's like that cold, the congestion. I got a little bit of a cough, sore throat, headache, fatigue. So overall, just like not great. I've been saying I said last week I felt like I was running on 70% energy. And then today I started at 60% and I'm slowly like on the decline. So hopefully some rest and chilling out and reading a book and tea and medicine help me feel better sooner than later, because I hate being sick. I'm so crabby when I'm sick, and then I feel bad because I know I'm crabby, but then things just like make me it hits a switch and I just like get mean, and then I feel really bad. So I'm trying not to be, but I can already tell that I am. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened that made me not want to record again. And again, I'm like doubting myself of what I want to do and what I enjoy doing. And I enjoy making stuff. I enjoy media. But I feel like life is testing me, and it's making me not want to do this. And like, I don't know. I always get into these slumps. I think I've said this before, but I always get into slumps where I feel like I'm just not good at anything, and I just have to keep pushing through and keep doing what I'm doing and hope for the best and not give up. Because I am used to just kind of giving up when things are hard or when I'm discouraged, and when I see people growing faster than I am, but then I have to realize that they're actually posting episodes and multiple episodes a week, and they're being consistent, and they're like engaging with people on social medias, and like, I don't know, like how do people have the time to do that? Like, do you guys have work from home jobs? Do you guys have part-time jobs? I'm just exhausted by the end of the day, and if I do all of that, then I feel like I have no time to read. So maybe I need to just start prioritizing my time and managing my time better, because I'm feeling very overwhelmed and, like I said, discouraged, and I don't know what to do about it. So if you have any tips or tricks or recommendations or anything like that, I will gladly take them, because I'm struggling. I am struggling big time right now. And I was hoping that maybe once I got this position, things would slow down. But then, like I said, it was holiday weekend and then jumping into 4/10s, and now I'm sick. So hopefully this week I can get a little bit ahead on episodes and recording. And I always tell myself that, but then I always end up going and doing stuff with family or with Logan, or I have to go grocery shopping or do house cleaning stuff, and there's always stuff that prevents me from doing this, because other things are higher priority, because, you know, real life, I kind of have to take care of my real life stuff. Oh, there's makeup on my desk. I didn't know that. Obviously real life is higher prioritized compared to sitting down and filming my silly little episodes. But I do think I lost my train of thought. Real life is a higher priority because 1, I need to pay bills, and 2, I need to clean this house still. Like, there's still stuff we're trying to get rid of, and then we're having a garage sale this weekend that now we have to get ready for, and life is just crazy. Being an adult is fun, but at the same time, it sucks. Like, I don't know. There's just so much, and like, I like my job, and I'm happy to like have a job, but at the same time, I don't know what's happening after 2 months because I'm only guaranteed another 2 months, so that kind of stresses me out, and like, I want to do this, but I don't know. I always feel like I'm boring, and no one wants to listen to me, and I have nothing to talk about, and that my life isn't boring, but then I've always told that to people, and they're always like, your life is so exciting, and you always have the craziest stuff going on, but that's just like my life, and I feel like it's boring. But anyways, enough with my rant. Hello, hi, welcome. If you're just tuning into this episode, I promise my other episodes aren't this bad. I hope they aren't this bad. But today I have no script like written out. I had some ideas, but I just wasn't really in the mood to put a bunch of energy and like be extra kind of, and like really show my emotions about whatever topics I was going to talk about. So that's going to be saved for later in the week to film a different episode. But this one, I just kind of wanted to update, like, what happened. I went to Barnes & Noble. The closest Barnes & Noble to me is a little over an hour away, which sucks. It's so annoying because the hour drive is not even a fun drive. It's really boring. It's a bunch of woods and then slowing down for towns, and it feels so much longer than an hour. But I went to Barnes & Noble this weekend, and I did a little book shopping, and I was like, you know what? Treat yourself. I'm going to treat myself to books. So I treated myself to 4 books, and the price was not... My pocket was not happy about my pocket and my wallet was not happy about the price. Oh my gosh, I can never, ever, ever speak. But the 4 books that I got are these ones. I'll pull them out quick from my shelf. So, they're gonna fall. Yep. Okay. So the books that I got Gone Girl by, is it Gillian Flynn? This one sounded really interesting. I've seen some like positive reviews about it on social medias, but it intrigued me. I just read the synopsis on the back, and it sounded good, and I definitely want to know what's happening because it's like, is the husband the killer or not? I really want to know what this one is, and I posted this one on my Bookstagram, and people have said that is good, and in my group chat, and I've heard good things about this. I think my mom said that she read this one and it was good. And then I got The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Excuse me, sorry. Again, I've heard good things about this one. And another one my mom read, and she said it was really good. She read the last chapter because she was like, I need a refresher on what it was about. So she read the last chapter, and she thought it was a really good book. So I'm excited for this one. Again, this one intrigues me because the wife has to defend her own husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. So that's crazy, insane concept. Excited for this one. I've seen on TikTok about Misery by Stephen King. Again, it's another book that sounded interesting. This one's about a fan who kidnapped an author. And that's all I really know. Imprisoning him in her isolated house where no one knows he is. And wants the author to write his greatest work just for her. And my mom, again, my mom, big reader, avid reader. I was talking to her about this. She said there's a show out that kind of portrays this book. So I can watch a show after reading this. But again, this one sounded really good. And then the last one I got is Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose as well. Oh, did I say what this title was? Misery by Stephen King, for those who aren't watching. Heard good things about this. And then, yeah, Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose again. This one, I didn't know anything about. One, I really like the cover of it. Also, I got this in hardback. I couldn't find paperback at Barnes & Noble, and I was too nervous to ask. But I thought this cover was really cool, and I low-key love, like, hardcover books. Unpopular opinion, I think. But this one sounded really interesting as well. I didn't really read too much about it. But yeah. I've just heard good things. I've seen TikToks around, and from like my quick skim of the synopsis, I thought it sounded interesting. And I am in my thriller era for the spooky season, and I'm really excited. Because after I finish Reckless, I am now on Reckless, by Lauren Roberts. After I finish that book, I'm going to start on this pile, and I have a few other thrillers I want to read, but I'm really in the spooky mood for Halloween this year. I'm ready to dive into it. I've been watching a lot of scary movies, and I started decorating. I got a wreath for the front door, and I told Logan, I was like, wow, we're officially homeowners. Like, we have a wreath on our front door, which is so dumb, but I feel like all homeowners have a wreath, and I was excited to get one. So, I got that, and yeah, we've been watching scary movies together. I just went and saw Beetlejuice last night with my mom, and that was really cute. I give it like a 3.5, 4-star rating. It was really funny. The movie didn't necessarily need a sequel, and it seemed like the first one was like actually horror and like was kind of scary, and this one was more funny, and I think to market towards the new generation and like the younger kids to keep the franchise going and like for people to know what Beetlejuice is. I thought it was really cute, really like there were a lot of funny parts, and my biggest critique is, well, one, like didn't necessarily need it. I felt like the movie was, I read a review and they were like, there was a lot of missing plots, like there were a bunch of plot holes, and I agree. And the audio, I have been seeing articles or posts, and I can agree with it that people are needing subtitles more and more and more these days, and not necessarily because like, oh, like, I can't hear, but like genuinely you cannot hear what these shows are saying anymore, and that's because the film world and the film industry is kind of doesn't pay too much attention to audio. Hold on, the lighting is like hitting me funny. Okay, had to close that a little bit more. The film industry isn't focusing on audio as much as they have in the past, and I think Oppenheimer, I didn't see that movie, but I heard that one was really bad as well, where some parts were way too loud, dialogue was way too quiet, and it was hard to hear, and like you didn't know what they were saying. I felt that way with Beetlejuice, and I went and saw it in theaters, and at one point I even leaned over to my mom, and I was like, am I that hard of hearing, or is this movie hard to hear? And she agreed that there were a lot of times where it was really hard to hear what they were saying, because like Winona Ryder's character Lydia like would talk really quiet, and I was like, huh, what? And like I was even sitting in the theater like with my hand cupped over my ear, like trying to hear a little bit better. But I guess it wasn't super important just because it was like I guess a filler movie. It was really cute. I'm happy I went and saw it though, because Beetlejuice was my favorite movie growing up. Like as a child, a toddler, I loved Beetlejuice. Yeah, it was really cute. But like I said, like the audio wasn't great and storyline was okay. It wasn't really scary, and you could tell like back in the day when they would do scary graphics, it looked real, where the graphics and like visual effects that they used for this one didn't look that real, and you could tell that it was fake, and like all the makeup effects were fake, and kind of hit on the scary part, or kind of missed on the scary part. But I thought it was good. I have yet to see It Ends With Us, but I don't know if I want to see it after hearing all of the bad critiques. And I've also noticed that all the bad critiques were from those who read the book, and all the good ones were from those who didn't read the book. So, I don't know. And I guess Blake Lively is, like, not a great person, and it's, like, coming to light, which is insane. Like, I don't really follow celebrities much. Like, I don't really care. But hearing and seeing all the videos and TikToks and posts, what Blake Lively has done in the past, and, like, commenting when that one lady was like, oh, cute bump. Or, like, oh, you have a cute bump when Blake Lively was pregnant. And then Blake Lively was like, oh, you have a cute bump. And the lady was not pregnant. And that was just rude and disrespectful and uncalled for. And I don't know. Maybe I'll watch It Ends With Us when it comes out on Amazon, so I can just watch it from home. I don't have to pay a bunch of money to go see it in theaters and, like, not like it. I don't know. But back to books, I also have other thriller books I want to read. I want to read The Housemaid, and is it Good Girl, Bad Blood is the second one for the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, or yeah, trilogy. I also want to read those two this fall. And I have The Outsider by Stephen King that I started, but that one's all third person point of view, and I cannot stand third person point of view. It's so hard to get into, so I got that one on Kindle, so I may start reading that one again, because that one was really good, and it was really sad and gruesome from what I've read. I'm like 25% in. Like I said, it's hard to get into, but I started that one last summer, and I'm still trying to chug through it. So maybe I'll start that one again. But back to Reckless and Powerless and Powerful and the whole trilogy so far. I finished Powerless, and I was so shocked. I didn't know what to expect at the end, but that was not it. Okay, so this is going to be spoiler free, just so you know. But I did not expect that ending, and what happened at the end to happen. I choked up a little bit. I was shocked. I gasped so much. It was insane. And then I read right away Powerful, which is Adina and Max kind of story. It's more like tough. We don't know who Mac is until the book, but it follows Adina and then how her going was with Peyton in the trials, like what she was doing in her free time when she was just chilling. And that one was really cute, and that one as well, I sobbed. I was so choked up. I was so sad. And in the beginning, I was like, I'm not really into this one. It's not about Peyton. It's not about Kai. Like, I want to know more about them. But then Adina and Mac got me hooked, and I love them, and they deserved better, and Mac deserved better, so much better. And I was just so sad. But that one was really cute. It was a cute book, and I'm happy that it was made, and it was well worth the read. But now I am reading Reckless. I'm on chapter 10, so I'm not too far into it. It's taking me a little bit to get into. It usually takes me about the first 50 pages to get into a book. Plus, I ran out of Spotify audiobook hours for this month. Or for the time being. Like, it was Saturday. I got the notification that I ran out of hours. So, and it was like, it refreshes in 5 days. So I had to wait like 3 more days to get my hours again, to be able to like listen and read it, to be able to like, to be able to continue like reading it even when I'm doing dishes or driving or anything like that. So especially now, it's going to take me a little bit longer to get through. But so far I am enjoying it. It is starting to pick up a little bit. The pace is starting to move along. I will keep you updated. I will do a full episode probably about my review and what I think is going to come about in Fearless. That is the 3rd one coming out in April, I believe. I'll do a whole episode of my reviews, how I felt about it, what I think is going to come in the future, because I'm really excited for it. I have high hopes for Reckless to continue just building on what has been building. Yes, that makes sense. But I think that's going to be it for today. Like I said, I just don't feel great. Kind of have a stomach ache, but I think it's because I'm hungry right now. My head hurts. I have no energy at all, and I have to cook dinner still. But that's my little life update. I promise I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to start focusing and disciplining myself and making myself, like, I need to start planning out my days again. Because when I, like, planned out my days to the hour, I was so productive. And that was, like, during COVID, too. So, like, I had this whole routine of, like, work and school. And I would go to the gym. And I would, like, go to bed at a decent time. And I made healthy meals. And I woke up early. And, like, my whole days were just structured. Where right now, I kind of just wake up and roll out of bed and get to work hopefully by 8 a.m. And then by the time I get home, I don't know what to do. So I just like throw on a YouTube video or a podcast or my audiobook, kind of dink around, clean this, clean that, pack this, pack that. Oh, I should take pictures. Oh, do this, do that, start laundry, cook dinner, eat dinner. And by the time all of that's done, I am exhausted and I'm like, okay, now I need to shower and get ready for bed, and not a good routine. So I think I need to start scheduling out my evenings, or at least start making to-do lists again. So I'm like, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, and as long as like these 5 or so things are done, we're good to go. But first I need to get healthy and start feeling back to 100%, because I hate being sick so much. And I get sick really bad twice a year. Usually it's twice a year. Once at the beginning of the year and once at the end. No, usually they're both like end of the year. Like once in the fall, early fall, I'll get sick, and then I'll get sick around Christmas. So that's fun. And it like lingers into the new year, so it's technically like twice a year. Yeah. That's it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and listening to me ramble. I'm going to get better at this. I say that all the time, but I really need to start improving myself and improving everything and like stop slacking. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will talk to you next week.